Welcome to my Atari ST nostalgia trip, and in this video I will have a look back at Ninja Mission, published by the budget game publisher Mastertronic. And I remember getting very excited about this game because friends of mine were playing some ninja games in the C64s, and generally anything to do with ninjas at the time was sort of the best thing since sliced bread. We are talking 80s here. So for me to get a game with the word ninja in it, it really got my adrenaline going. Of course, what I did not know back then is that low budget games usually were low budget for a reason. And this game really was no exception. I mean, the box art was very hopeful, and the text on the back of the box set, it has mind-blowing graphics, stunning playability, and the soundtrack to rock to in the greatest martial arts game of all time. Well, no. But still, the game did amuse me at the time. I liked playing it. I liked actually fiddling around with it. What I mean by that I will show you. And I will probably enjoy it today looking back at it. But just don't expect any mind-blowing graphics or super martial arts gameplay. Because, yeah, it really doesn't offer that. That I can tell you already. But let's not delay any further and just start up the game. So we are in the opening screen of the game here, with a very cool looking ninja with some really nice iron claws on his face, on his arms. Unfortunately, these are only present in the opening picture and on the box art, and that's it. You don't get to claw your enemies open or anything. The gameplay is really very simple. We will look at that later. And as you can see on the bottom, this scroll text, I actually changed it. Because it's exactly what I did when I was young. We found out that this game is actually very poorly protected, and you can actually change the text labels for the enemies, but also you can change the text for the scroll text. So yeah, I felt like changing it again. We really felt like super hackers at the time. Of course we were not, we were just sad, not even script kiddies. But yeah, it gave you an extra satisfaction with this game. But yeah, other than that, for a 1987 game, this is actually not very good. The music is pretty good though. The tune is by David Whittaker, and it's sort of typical David Whittaker style. Lots of rocking, it has lots of energy. I think it fits the game quite well. Yeah, and typical David Whittaker style. Now it goes back into a loop, but it does the loop in a different key. It's a bit lower. And after that it will go to an original game. So I will just press my fire button to go into the game. And apart from this intro screen, there's no introduction whatsoever. There's nothing to introduce you to the game. You're just in it. This is the first screen. There's no enemy. And there's one very, very slow flying bird. And so you can walk either left or right to the screen. What I like to do in this game is sort of, yeah, you can jump, you can duck. And what I like to do is sort of make him do dance moves to the music. So get low and then play some air guitar. Yeah, I don't know why. I know it's very childish, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. Now the goal in this game is you have to find your way up to the different levels. So we are now outside, and there's five different screens here. 4 of which have enemies. I mean, the first one doesn't have one. And I have to defeat the enemies, and as you can see, I changed the name, so I just killed the hipster. And you have to pick up these idols, and these idols give you points. They also regenerate your health to full. So sometimes it's easier to actually let them, to not take them immediately, but save them for when you need them. Yeah, he's sort of kicking air, and I'm just throwing knives at him. So. And then you have to get up a level, and each level the number of screens is actually small, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And once you are in the top screen, you need all the idols. I think 6 of them. Yeah, you need all 6 of the idols to get to the top screen, and then you've beaten the game, I think. I don't exactly remember, but what you can see that the enemies are actually, they're not very active. So some of them, especially in the bottom, they are actually quite easy to beat. And I had one go before this one, where I waited to pick up the idol in the bottom screen till the right end. But you have to pick up 6 of these idols before you get to the last screen. So if you leave one behind, you have to go back all the way to the screens. And see, right now in the screens all the enemies are beaten, so they are still dead. They will stay dead. If I go up one level and then go down again, all the enemies here respawn. And I don't have any new idols to pick up, so no regenerating of my health. So make sure you beat the enemies and pick up all the idols in every floor before you progress to the next one. And back in the day, when I reached this point, I had no idea how to go further, because I wasn't smart enough to actually look at the ceiling and see this hole that I could jump to. I don't know why. Luckily now I know. I'm not sure if I will be able to actually beat the game. Where's my stars? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and as you can see, he's just standing there, this salesman. The enemies do get a little bit more difficult as you progress through the levels. I mean, now it's still only one. I think starting from the next floor... Yeah, let's throw some stuff at him. Oh, okay. Oh, my knife just went away. That's pity, because my knife went off screen, which means I can't pick it up again here. I think if you go up one more floor, it will actually be more enemies at one time. So it does get increasingly difficult. But as you've already noticed, the actual gameplay isn't actually that... Yeah, they're meditating, so I can kill him, then throw 2 more stars at the ninja. With him you have to be a bit more careful, because they actually pick up your weapons and they can throw them back at you. Lucky for me, this one didn't. Yeah, and I will just pick up this idol, because if I miss one, I won't be able to progress after some time. As you can see, I need to pick up 2 in this level as well. So this hipster is dead too. And yeah, as you can see, the fighting itself is pretty limited. I mean, also my fighting moves, it's just if I press the fire button, I punch, then I kick, and this is just a low punch, and I can do a low kick, and I can do a sort of high punch and high kick, and then I can do my sword. And yeah, there's one, if I go down and to his back and press the fire button, he does nothing. And fire button and to his back actually throws the weapon, but I won't do it now because I have to pick them up later. And below the hole you go up to jump. And I think this is the first level where I actually faced more than one enemy at the same time. So even if they are really stupid, this actually gets increasingly difficult. I was in time to picking this up, so... That one is dead. That one is dead. So this is the way to go, especially with this I think normally they're called thugs, but I changed the name to hipster. You basically first, you throw some stars at them to wound them, so the rest of the fight is kind of easy. I mean, those were suddenly 3 enemies instead of 1. Now this is a bit more difficult, because these 2 politicians, or evil ninjas as they were originally called, they are actually a lot stronger, and they actually fight back, and they sometimes throw back these swords. What? I was gonna say they throw back these swords at you, and apparently he threw a knife and he got me. So it's game over. How about that? I normally get a lot further, probably because I'm talking too much, I get distracted. Yeah, and if you press the fire button, you just get back into the first screen and you start over. I think I will have to try. I will try to have another go, because this was a bit poor when it came to gameplay. So let's just quickly pick up this star to kill this guy. Oh, come on. Oh, he wasn't very strong. Yeah, and you tend to think that you are sort of saving picking up the idols. Just don't do it too often. Oh, come on, die, die. That you want to not pick up the idols unless you are very low on energy. But if you wait too long, for some reason, if I beat all the enemies and I haven't picked up a single idol yet, oh, I haven't got it, okay. Then I won't be able to pick up the second one. So that's yeah, I think that's actually quite annoying. I think there's still one enemy for me to beat here, so I will just. Really, your shield didn't die? Okay, then I will just hack my sword at him and hope he doesn't get too many moves in. Yeah, and basically the only reason why I played again is because I didn't want the video to get too short, but yeah, as you can see, this game is quite limited in what it really has to offer. I mean, yeah, I think the fighting itself, it's executed so poorly. I mean, the sound effects make no sense. The backgrounds are, they're not too bad. I mean, at least the controls are responsive. I have to give them that. It's not like it's super. Oh, okay, stupid ninja. Yeah, this is the problem. The quickest way to beat them. And pick up this idol, because there's another one at the other side of the level, and I need both to progress in the end. I need to pick up 6 before I can get to the last room. Yeah, let's play some air guitar again. Yeah, to be fair, his suit also looks a bit strange. Oh, come on. I might go to the next room and pick up the idol later. Because, these are actually not so... The enemies are not that strong, so... Yeah. Oh, what? Seriously? Why didn't you just die? Now I have to waste my energy on you, stupid hipster. And by the way, I changed the names of the characters as a sort of joke. This doesn't mean I have a very big beef with hipsters or politicians or salesmen. They were just words that actually fitted when I was changing the names, the labels, because I had to get the characters right. So, if anyone feels is a politician or is a salesman or a hipster, don't feel personally offended. I really don't have any beef with you. But sometimes you have to be, I don't know. I think I got enough idols now this time. But I think we have to be able to tell jokes about each other. There's probably some Amiga owners here who think, man, this guy is such a loser. He had an Atari ST and he actually enjoyed it. And I allow them to say that. We all know we don't have any real beef. It's just... It's all good fun. Let's keep it that way. Yeah, and now... This is the point where the game suddenly gets a lot harder, because there's like 3 or 4 enemies in each screen. Luckily one of them is still meditating. And this one is still far enough away so I can actually throw some stuff at him and... Oh, come on, just die. Yeah, exactly. So, lucky for me, this time it didn't cost me too much energy. And I've picked up 5 idols, so I need 1 more to actually be able to get to the next screen. And these ones are actually quite annoying, but lucky for me... Yeah, the ninjas sort of hold back. Yeah, I had to dodge that knife. See, they actually... So, I really need to... These ones are much more difficult to beat. And oh, come on! Damn, he got a star in and he beat me. Okay, this means I will probably not have the skill today to actually beat the game. So I think I will leave it this. I had two goes. We saw what the game is like. Do I like the game? Secretly, yes. This is maybe this game is one of my guilty pleasures, I guess. Because it's just really simple. And it's sort of telling about, yeah, they were sort of getting a ride on the bandwagon of the ninja craze in the 80s, I guess. I mean, it's not super bad. It's actually quite entertaining. It's just the fighting moves themselves are quite poor, and so the music is actually the best part of the game. Not this one during the game, but the one after you've beat your enemies. The David Whittaker tune I kind of like. And apart from that, yeah, it's a very simple, low-budget game, and I think I will leave it at that. I still enjoyed playing it again, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. And with that, I would like to end the video. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.